Okay, good morning. Welcome to Math Project 58. Today we're just doing a little arithmetic problem. Okay, here's the problem. You ready? If you start with 10 and count by threes, you get 10, 13, 16, 19, 22. What would the next number be?
25.
And the one after that?
28.
Okay, it's just because you keep adding a 3. So we got 3 questions. What's the 10th number? What's the 20th number? And what's the 100th number? Okay, so let me write out a few. So number 1 is 10, 2 is 13, 3 is 16, 4 is 19, 5 is 22, and you said 6 is 25, which is exactly right. Okay, and so we're going to look and see. Now we could just keep listing the numbers out until we got all the way to 100, but
that would take some time.
That would take some time, so that's probably not the best way to think about doing this problem. Oops. Turn the camera down a little bit. Okay. So we want to look for patterns. So see if you can see any patterns other than we're adding 3 every time.
Yeah, that is a good pattern.
Yeah, well that's a big pattern. So do you see anything else with these numbers?
Well, they differ by 3.
They do differ by 3. Yep, that's true. Look at how much they differ from the starting number.
10 to 25.
Hold on one second. Actually, let me aim the camera down so I can... How far away are they from the starting number?
From 10 to 25.
Yeah, so let's write distance from the start. Yeah, this will be an interesting pattern. So how far away, you can write it, how far away is the number 10 from the starting number?
It's 15.
How did you figure, what's the starting number?
It's 10.
How far away is 10 from the starting number?
What is the starting number?
So how far away is it from the starting number?
We don't know what the starting number is.
What is the starting number? What's the first number? 10.
How far is 10 away from 10?
Yeah.
0.
Okay, so write that down. How far away is 2 from the starting number? Sorry, how far away is the second number, 13, from the starting number?
It's 3.
Okay.
Write that down now.
How far away is the third number from the starting number?
10 to 16 is just they differ by 6.
Okay.
And now 10 from 19 is 9. 10 from 22 is 12, and 10 from 25 is 15.
Please write your 5s properly.
I did.
How do you write 5s?
Watch down and around.
Okay, go ahead, write it. Please write your 5s properly.
I don't want to spend the whole time erasing.
Well, the good news is you're not spending any time erasing. I am. Okay, there you go. So the distance from the start is 0.
Well, I see
3,
something. Yeah.
6, 9, 12, 15. What do you see there?
Well, for the numbers in the 10 through 20, well, all you do is take off the 1, and for the 20s, you subtract 10 from you subtract 10 each time.
Well, that's interesting. That is an interesting pattern.
You subtract 10 each time.
Well, what's that going to tell you about the 10th number, do you think?
Subtracts 10.
You have to subtract 10 from some number you don't know, unfortunately.
Yeah.
So that's too bad.
We could keep listing them out.
Yeah, we could. You notice anything else about this pattern? 3, 6, 9, 12, 15?
You're counting by 3s.
You're counting by 3s. So when have you counted by 1 3? What number have you counted? Have you counted by 1 3?
13.
Okay, what number was that in your pattern?
Those are 3 in my pattern.
Really? 13 is the third number in your pattern?
No, it's the second number.
Okay, it's the second number in your pattern. Let's try to pay attention, okay? This is the second number in the pattern. When have you counted by 2 threes?
2 3s for the third number in your pattern.
When have you counted by 3 threes?
For the fourth number in your pattern.
When have you counted by 4 threes?
For the fifth number in your pattern.
When have you counted by 5 threes?
For the sixth number in your pattern.
Okay. So how many threes are you going to count by when you get to the 10th number in the pattern?
Got that out then.
Okay. How many threes are you going to have counted by when you get to the 10th number in your pattern?
Well, I'm going to count 9 3s.
Okay, why is that?
Well, because the number of 3s is always one less than the number in the sequence.
Right.
There's 5 3s and 25 if you start with 10.
Yeah. Okay. So on our bottom one that you were writing in blue, do you still have your blue marker?
Yes.
Okay. Under 10, you're going to have 9 threes. So what number is not equal to 9 threes?
27.
27. Okay, so write that in. Actually, erase one of your dots, because we're right at the edge of the camera here. So erase one of your dots. So write 27 right where my finger is. 27. Okay, that's 9 threes. And what's the number in the sequence going to be? If your blue number is 27, what's the number in the sequence? How did you go from the threes, the number of threes, to the number in the sequence? Remember, the number in the sequence was 10, 13, 16, 19, 22, 25.
So you just plus the 10.
Okay, so can you write up there? Can you reach up there? What's our 10th number in the sequence going to be? Here, write it in purple. Write it in purple.
Yeah,
Here.
the purple is...
Here, I'm handing you the purple.
No, this is the purple.
Okay. So what's the 10th number in the sequence going to be?
The 10th number in the sequence, so 27 times 3. Well, it's 27, so you just plus it. It's going to be 37.
37, okay, very good.
But that's only to figure out the 10th number in the sequence.
Yeah, now we have to figure out the 20th number in the sequence. You ready for that challenge?
Yeah.
Okay. Okay. Alright, so now we're going to go ... over to 20. Alright, so maybe we can do the same thing. Get your blue marker.
Yeah.
Aim over here just a little bit. Get your blue marker.
Alright.
So how many threes will we have used to get to the 20th number? The blue number.
19 threes.
Okay, so 19 threes.
I'm going to write that here.
What are you writing?
19 threes.
You didn't write 19 threes, you wrote the number 19.
Well, this is going to be our number.
What number do you have to write down there?
Well, the one that uses 19 threes.
Okay.
The one that uses 19 threes.
Alright, so what number?
But 19 times 2, well, 9 times 3 is 27, and 10 times 3 is 30. So 27 plus 30 is 57.
Okay. So what number are you supposed to write down there in blue?
57.
57. And how did you figure out how did you figure out how to get to 57? What did you do?
Well, I knew that 3 times 9 was 27,
Okay.
and 3 times 10 was 30.
So you had to figure out 19 times 3.
Yeah. 3 times 19.
And what does 19 times 3 equal?
57.
57. Please write your 5 properly.
I don't like that. I don't like to spend the entire time doing this.
Okay, so what's the solution? If you write your 5 right the first time, then you don't have to rewrite it. Alright, so 19 times 3 is 57. Okay, so what's our number? What's the 20th number in our sequence going to be?
The 20th number in our sequence is not we use 57 in threes. Number's probably going to be 67.
How did you figure that out?
Well, it said when you plus 10 when you get to when you the numbers in blue, you plus 10 to get to the purple numbers.
Okay, so why don't you write the purple number now? Here. Are you going to write it? You want your purple?
It's purple.
Okay, so what's the 20th number in the sequence?
The 20th number in the sequence is 67.
Okay, so that's pretty good.
Well, now we got to figure out the 100th number.
The 100th number. Alright. Alright. How are we going to figure out the 100th number?
Well, we could do 5 times 57. I don't think that would work.
Why would we do 5 times 57?
I don't know, but it wouldn't work.
Right, we could do 234 times 811 too, but that also wouldn't work.
Because we don't have that.
Alright, so we're trying to figure out the 100th number in the sequence. Okay, so how do we figure out what the 100th number in the sequence is?
It's find how many threes it used. 3 times 100 is 300.
How many threes does the 100th number in the sequence use?
It uses 300 threes.
Okay, how did you figure that out?
3 times 100 is 300.
Yeah, but how did you figure out how many threes the 100th number used?
I did 100 times 3.
Okay, how did you figure out to do 100 times 3?
So, well, we have 100 threes.
Do it? How many threes did the first number use?
10 used zero threes.
How many threes did the second number use?
1,
How many threes did the third number use?
2, 3.
How many threes did the fourth number use? How many
3.
threes did the fourth number use? How many threes did the fifth number use?
4.
How many threes did the sixth number use?
5.
How many threes is the 100th number going to use?
300.
How did you figure that out?
I did 100 times 3.
Okay, so let's take a look. Hopefully I've got the camera aimed down.
Yeah.
Okay. The number of threes. This used 0. This used 0. This used 1. This used 2. This used 3. This used 4. This used 5.
And dot, dot, dot.
Dot, dot, dot. So the first number used how many threes?
1, 3. 0 threes.
The second number used how many threes?
1, 3. Well,
The third number used how many threes?
Well,
The third number used how many threes? The fourth number used how many threes?
3 threes.
The fifth number used how many threes?
Used 4 threes.
The sixth number used how many threes?
5 threes.
How many threes is the 100th number going to use if that same pattern continues? How do you go from this number to this number?
You actually subtract 1.
How do you go from this number to this number?
Subtract 1.
How do you go from this number to this number?
Subtract 1, subtract 1,
How do you go from this
subtract
number
1.
to this number? How do you go from this number to this number? How do you go from this number to this
Subtract
number?
1.
How many threes is the 100th number going to use?
When you subtract 1.
So how many threes do you use?
It says it's going to be 99.
99. Do you remember the 10th one used 9 threes?
Yeah.
The 20th one used 19 threes. And the 100th one is going to use how many threes?
99 threes.
99 threes.
Well, it's 99 times 3 is what we got to figure out.
Okay.
99 times 3. What is 99 times 3?
What is 99 times 3? What's the easiest way to figure out what 99 times 3 is?
Well, 100 times 3 and then subtract 3. 100 times 3 is 300. And 100 times 3 is 300 minus the 3, which is 297.
297. And then how do we get to the 100th number?
Well, we would add a 0.
What do you mean?
Well, I mean from the 10th number to the 100th number, we add a 0.
I don't know what you mean.
We're looking at the 100th number.
We're looking at the 100th number, and it used 99 threes, which was 297. So, but 297 isn't the 100th number.
But this is the numbers.
The numbers are in purple. They go 10, 13, 16, 19, 22, 25. Okay. How did we go from the number of the threes, the distance from the start, 0 to 10, 3 to 13, 6 to 16, 9 to 19, 12 to 22?
You added a 10. You added a 10.
Okay.
So just that would change that number to 307.
307 is our 100th number in the sequence. Okay.
Yeah.
All right. I think you're gonna have to watch this video before you do the homework, because
Yeah.
I think you had a little bit of a hard time with this, which is fine. That's why we make these videos, so you can watch them. Okay. So today it's Olympiad 64, problem number 2. Is the homework.
Good. Yeah, that one was a little tricky.
Yeah, it's sort of like rounding. Remember how we spent a lot of time talking about rounding this week?
Yeah.
But rounding, once you learn how to do it, it turns out to be not that hard. This isn't super hard, but it takes a little while to learn it. Okay?
Yeah.